Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is a beer from Berkshire, or Berkshire, as I've been told, Brewing Company. And they are out of South Deerfield, Massachusetts. This is the Jalapenito IPA. It is an incognito American IPA brewed with pineapple and jalapeno. So Berkshire Brewing Company has a beer called Incognito. This is that beer, but with the addition of pineapple and jalapeno. It clocks in at 6.2% alcohol by volume. Very excited about this beer. Big shout out to Mr. Ron Grovis of Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools. He reviewed this beer some time ago and he really liked it, and I've been looking for it ever since, and I was able to get it and really excited to review it for you guys. I will post a link to Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools in the description below. Go show him some love. Tell him John and Ellie sent you. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. This beer is less than 2 months old also, so relatively fresh. And the pour looks very nice. It is a hazy orange color with about a finger and a half's worth of a slightly off-white, relatively creamy looking head. The aroma, wow. The jalapeno is the first thing that I'm picking up on. It's like a fresh cut jalapeno. Not pickled jalapeno, not roasted jalapeno, fresh jalapeno, right out of the garden type of smell. A little bit of pineapple coming through as well, but the jalapeno is actually the lead aroma that I'm getting. Maybe a little bit of Bready malt character, but that's about it. None of the 6.2% alcohol is coming through on the nose. It smells amazing, and the jalapeno is the star of the show, at least with the aroma. I am salivating here, so without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. My goodness. This is really good. Jalapeno comes through right up front. It's a fresh jalapeno flavor, and it is very strong. There's a little bit of heat from it too, but it's more of the actual skin and the pulp of the jalapeno, the flavor without a ton of the heat. The pineapple maybe mellows it out a little bit because there is a little bit of a pineapple sweetness, but I gotta be honest, the pineapple is pretty subdued compared to the jalapeno. The jalapeno is front and center. It is the star of the show for sure, not only with the aroma, as we already mentioned, but now on the palate as well. The jalapeno is just dominating the flavor profile with this in a good way. Once you get through that jalapeno and a slight pineapple note and sweetness associated with that, you get into a nice bready center. There's some nice like wheat bready malt notes in the middle of the sip. Some lightly toasted wheat bread notes come through. The body is relatively light with this. The carbonation is medium. It's very drinkable. It's got a little bit of juiciness to it from the pineapple, and just these types of beers in general have a little bit of juiciness to them based on not just the pineapple that's in the beer, but just whatever hops they're using in this beer to kind of give it that juicy, hazy or New England style type IPA profile. The finish with this is very nice. It's kind of juicy initially, but then it does kind of dry out the palate. That 6.2% alcohol kind of comes in, kind of dries the palate out as you swallow it down, which is very inviting. You want to go right back in for another sip. So the finish is very short-lived, actually. The jalapeno is all the way through, but then as soon as you swallow it down, it kind of drops off, and you're ready to go in for another sip. This is really impressive. It doesn't taste so much like an IPA, though. There is a little bit of a hop bitterness on the back end. I don't think I mentioned that yet, but as you swallow it down, you do get a little bit of a bittering note to kind of round it out. Not that this is a sweet beer by any means, but the bittering note kind of complements the jalapeno spice, and it makes that pineapple note that you get with this beer very short-lived, which is inviting in the sense that you want to go right back in for another sip. This beer is incredible. I'm really digging it. There's the glass lacing, nice head retention. But the bitterness is relatively minimal for an IPA. It almost drinks more like a sweet, like a cream ale. The pineapple is there, but it's not super sweet, and it does have a nice fluffy, almost creamy mouthfeel to it for whatever reason. I've had a few jalapeno beers over the years. My favorite is still the Throwback Bohemian, Spicy Bohemian Pils, which Throwback Brewery is out of New Hampshire. I think it's Hampton, New Hampshire. I've reviewed that beer on my channel before. Awesome, awesome stuff. This is a close second. It doesn't drink like a full-on IPA. There is some hot bitterness to it, but the jalapeno flavor is so prevalent, and that pineapple and the way that it interacts with the jalapeno, it almost creates a creamy mouthfeel, which is why this reminds me of a cream ale in a lot of ways. Alcohol's non-existent. The body, I think I already mentioned, is kind of light. It's close to medium because it does have a creaminess to it, which a thicker mouthfeel than like a light beer. But it's definitely not heavy at all. It's very easy drinking and smooth, and you get just enough heat from the jalapeno, which is really nice, without it being over the top and really leaving any kind of substantial burn on the back of your tongue or down the throat. I'm going to go with a 96 out of 100. I think this is an outstanding beer. It's really getting up there, guys. The Jalapenito IPA from Berkshire Brewing Company out of South Deerfield, Massachusetts. Ron Grovis runs Beer Reviews and Tools. Did a good job reviewing this beer, and it really made me want to try this beer, and I'm glad that I did because I really, really love this beer. I think it's probably the best. I've had a few beers from Berkshire, reviewed a few on my channel. This is my favorite Berkshire beer, hands down. Absolutely a delightful beer, and I'm glad I bought the 4-pack. I'll be drinking some more of this very soon. So go check out Ron Grovis, Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools in the description below. You can find his link. You can also click on his icon right there. If you haven't already, go check him out. Tell him John Nelly sent you. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. 96 out of 100 for the Jalapenito IPA from Berkshire Brewing Company. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and until next time, everybody, cheers.